Welcome back. This is In Real Time. I'm Costa Maragos. Well, here's a Made in Saskatchewan story that started with a journey from the Philippines. Arlene Ruiz of Saskatoon immigrated to Canada in 1994. And today, Arlene has been honored with RBC's top 25 Canadian Immigrant Awards. She is the only one from Saskatchewan to receive this honor. Arlene is a licensed immigration consultant and recruiter in Saskatoon, and she joins us now. Hi, Arlene.
Hi, Costa. How are you this evening?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I am great. Thank you so much for having me. I am truly honored to be invited on your show. Thank you once again.
It's great to have you here. When you heard the news about this award from RBC, what went through your mind?
Oh, my goodness. It was just the best news ever. And I was literally jumping up and down in joy. And you could just imagine the smile on my face. It was like from ear to ear. And I was just truly ecstatic, truly honored and humbled by the recognition.
I want you to give us some context here and go back in time a little bit. You arrived here in 1994, but tell me a little bit about your life growing up in the Philippines.
Absolutely. Well, I was born and raised in the Philippines, as you had mentioned, and going back, you know, my parents, I came from a very poor family, and when I say poor, that means no transportation whatsoever. So to this day, I remember going to school, walking at about 4.3 kilometers, or I would say about 52 minutes. I actually Googled it, 52 minutes each way, you know, back and forth during the day, rain or shine or storm. And that just really, you know, gave me the motivation to push forward for a better education. And, you know, again, my sister, one of my sisters was actually the very first one that honestly paved way for all the wonderful blessings that me and my family are experiencing right now. And if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you today. Mm-hmm.
Well, tell me about this journey that took you from the Philippines to Saskatchewan through your sister. How did that happen?
Well, she came to Canada in 1999 as a caregiver after working for a number of years in Singapore in the same capacity. So after working for about two years, she was able to apply for permanent residency. And then I believe a year after that, then she started the process of sponsoring my parents and my two other siblings. And, you know, in 1994, when our visas were approved, you could just imagine how excited I was, how happy I was. And really, for me, looking back, it felt like I was escaping poverty, because, you know, like I always look back at the experiences I've had in the Philippines, and I really just use them as a motivation to push forward. But she really is the one that paved way for me and the rest of the family and relatives that are now living here in Saskatchewan.
So you're in Saskatoon, is that correct, in 94? And
yes, that is correct.
So you land, you catch your breath, you're in a new country. What happened after that?
Well, you know what? I believe every immigrant or newcomers go through a series of mixed emotions when they come to a new country. It doesn't have to be Canada, but when you're coming from your home country going to a new place with so much uncertainty and you don't know a whole lot of things, you go through a series of mixed emotions. And for me, the first feeling was everything I see and do are all exciting and fun. And literally, that's how it was for me. And then, you know, it's like the novelty wears off after a while. And then you started to feel isolated and a little bit of sadness and homesickness, because you start to miss your families and friends and the life that you have left behind that you are accustomed to. So, you know, again, you go through those series of emotions. But and I believe every newcomers go through that. So just really, it's all a matter of, you know, accepting. At the end of the day, it's all accepting the fact that here is your new home. You go from there. You decide what path you want to take. And for me, I just really push myself forward to better myself.
What drove you to push yourself and better yourself as a new immigrant in Canada?
Well, you know, I always look back at my humble beginnings, and I don't always talk about it, but I think it's really appropriate to talk about your humble beginnings and where you came from and how it helped shape the person to whoever she is or he is now. And for me, I use them as my motivation, you know, my humble beginning as my motivation to really just educate myself. And you know, I did a lot of works in the province, and it's like I was juggling from one job to another, really trying to figure out and find out what it is that I truly love. And it wasn't until I worked as a flight attendant that it really ignited the passion in me to work in the immigration industry. And my husband really is the one that really pushed me to just, you know, find out what I can do to pursue the passion, the job that I truly love and enjoy right now.
And you are a licensed immigration consultant and recruiter in Saskatoon. I'm wondering, what advice do you have for new immigrants in Canada? What's your advice to them?
My advice to new immigrants or newcomers to Canada is, you know, just to really just dive in and just soak it all in, avail all the government initiatives as far as, you know, helping newcomers. Canada is so welcoming and very, you know, compassionate, if I would say it that way. You know, there are several organizations in the country, not only in Saskatchewan, but every provinces have their own, and cities have their own special programs that help newcomers. So for instance, in Saskatoon, we have Saskatoon Open Door Society. We have the Newcomer Center. There's also the International Women of Saskatoon. Fantastic organizations that truly are there and genuinely want to help newcomers. So my advice is avail those services, integrate into the new community, you know, volunteer, and just totally just like get involved with the community. You know, they can adapt to the Canadian culture without actually losing touch of their own culture and roots. And that's really all I can say. And then on top of that is just, you know, take advantage of this amazing opportunity that they are going to be given, because Canada is so welcoming and very accommodating. Truly, from my own experience.
Oh, it's been a great experience. You worked hard for it. What's your message to those who've been here for generations, say, about immigration to Saskatchewan? What do you have to say to everyone else?
Well, you know, like I've seen, based on my own experience, I've met people that have, I would call them pioneers in Saskatoon, for example. And I just want to say thank you to them for paving the way for the rest of us, the new generations and the coming generations, because they truly are, you know, are the unsung heroes of this nation. And Canada, as we know, is a nation of immigrants. And I mean, you know, I'm just truly grateful for those that really pave way for the rest of us to come to Canada.
Well, congratulations again, Arlene, for being named one of RBC's top 25 Canadian immigrants. It is truly an honor. And thank you for sharing your story with us tonight, and all the best to you and your family.
Thank you so much, Costas, and have a great evening. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.